Hello, everybody. Steve coming at you, and welcome to Last Reps Baseball. Tonight should be an exciting matchup between two Japanese powerhouse baseball teams. I hope you all enjoy this and treat Freddie with all the respect he deserves. Call a good game, Freddie, and who knows, someday you may even see me in one of these games. And if you don't, you might want to come check out my channel and see what I do. You know what? But hey, let's get back to Freddie. Let's get some baseball. Let's just have a great game.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Reps Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. Tonight, we are going to be bringing you the Chiba Lotte Marines and the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham fighters, as they will go head-to-head here against one another in the second game of their series at Escon Field in Hokkaido. It is going to be game two, and of course, last night it was a 7-0 defeat to the hands of the fighters, as the Marines have now found themselves out of a playoff position, as they are now in fourth after losing 7 straight games so far in the last week and change. So we're going to give you the lineup, first of all, for the visitors from Chiba. Leading off and playing third base is number 72, Mike Brosu. Hitting second and left field is number 50, Shingo Ishikawa. Hitting third and playing in right field is number 3, Kitsuya Kakanaka. And the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 22, Gregory Polanco. Batting fifth at second base is number 8, Shogo Nakamura. Batting sixth and playing shortstop is number 67, Kenta Chitani. Batting seventh at first base is number 32, Toshiya Sato. Hitting eighth and doing the catching is number 27, Tatsuhiro Tamura. Batting ninth in center field is number 63, Kashiro Wada. And they're going to be facing the left-hander, Kenta Uhara, who's got a 4-6 record on the year. He's worked 96 in the third innings, allowed 96 hits, 36 runs, 29 have been earned. He's walked 21 and struck out 72, and he's got an ERA of 2.71. That's your lineup for the Chiba Lotte Marines. Now the lineup for the fighters. Leading off and playing in right field is number 66, Chusei Manami. Batting second and left field is number 5, Yuki Nomura. Hitting third at first base is number 21, Kitaro Kiyomiya. The cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 2, Ariel Martinez. Batting fifth at second base is number 3, Gasuki Kato. Batting sixth in center field is number 7, Go Matsumoto. Batting seventh at third base is number 32, Ryota Yachi. And then at shortstop is number 56, Ryohei Hosokawa. Batting ninth is Yushi Shimizu, and they're going to be facing Luis Castillo of the Marines. Well, the first pitch of the ball game was a fastball delivered to Mike Brosu, and he took it for a called strike, and he takes another fastball for a called strike on the inside corner. And the count now goes to no balls and 2 strikes. As this game is underway at 2 o'clock local time. Uhara ready to go back to work, and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. Backing up is Manami, and he's got to make an over-the-shoulder catch. Brosu sent it a long way to the opposite field, but he's going to be retired for the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Yuki Nomura. Well, we were questioning the lineup that the Marines were rolling out over the last couple of days, and we found out why the Marines have pretty much a very thin lineup, in my opinion. That is, apparently a number of players have been testing, and they think that they've been pulled out of the active roster because of COVID. A lot of players have had fevers and have not been feeling well. So here's the first pitch to the right-handed hitting Shingo Ishikawa, and he swings and fouls that away down the first base line. The count is 0-1. So by the sound of it, it is COVID is in season in Japan, and that is putting a number of players out of the lineup. So 1 gone here, 1 strike to the hitter Ishikawa. Batting here in the first inning as the left-hander kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that catches the outside corner. Ishikawa does a 180. He's not impressed with that. No balls and 2 strikes to him. We got to look at the replay. Pitch looked pretty good, but it does look like in the early going here, the home plate umpire got a bit of a wide zone, as Brosu is having difficulties on both sides of the plate. There's a breaking ball swung on his tap foul over on the third base side. The count remains 0-2 to Ishikawa. For The Marines, as we said, with the number of regulars out of the lineup, as we said, a number have tested with a fever over the past few days. And so that is removed them from the active roster because of it. There's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul. The count is going to remain at 0-2. So that is something that we'll keep our eyes on to see if they're going to get anybody healthy back here over the last week and change of the season. Tough time for that to happen, of course, in the midst of a 7-game losing streak when you lose all those regulars. Makes it very difficult. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, another ball that's fouled away down the first baseline. The count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes still here to Ishikawa. Ishikawa hitting .345 with a homer and 5 RBIs in his limited at-bats this year, but he has been finding ways to get on base and be very productive in the opportunities he has had for the Marines. Here's the 0-2. Pitch on the way. It's a breaking ball swung on. It breaks the bat of the batter, and it's caught by the pitcher, Hara. The bat almost went as far as the ball did, as it is broken into not just 2 pieces. It looked like it shattered into 3 or 4. Caught it off the end of the bat, and the big part of the barrel started to head toward the mound. But that is going to retire Ishikawa. He's going to be gone for the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up the right fielder, Katsuya Kakanaka. Well, for Takanaka on the season, he's batting .293. He's got 8 homers and 35 runs batted in. He swings through a fastball, and the count is quickly 0-1. Lefty versus the lefty. Hara ready to go again. He works quickly, and there's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count goes even at 1-1. Ball and 1 strike. Gregory Polanco waiting his turn on deck here against the fighter's lefty as the pitch is delivered. It's a fastball that comes inside for a call and strike, and the count goes to 1-2 on Kakanaka. We more than likely will stay with this series tomorrow night. We've already announced our schedule. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. I don't know if that's going to change at all. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Kakanaka goes down on strikes. He's in the books for out number 3, and that's going to do it for Chiba here on the top of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're through a half inning in Hokkaido. Your score is the Fighters 0 and the Marines 0. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Thank you for stopping in, whether you listen live or on delay. We always appreciate you guys for being with us. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the right-hander Luis Castillo, the former Detroit Tiger, on the hill. He brings a 2-3 mark into the ball game tonight. He's worked 43 innings. He's allowed 47 hits. He's given up 17 runs. 16 have been earned. He's impressively only walked 3 batters. He has struck out 29, and he's got an earned run average of .335. So he is going to be facing the top of the order in Chusei Manami, Yuki Nomura, and Kentaro Kiyomiya. And the first pitch from Castillo is a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Castillo is really a low 3/4 arm type delivery, and he looks like he can keep the ball down with that type of movement and motion, as the pitch is a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes to 1-1 on Manami. Manami, of course, led off the ball game last night for the Fighters with a solo shot into the opposite field, right field bullpen. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. Manami's going to slam on the brakes. He's going to stop at first base with a leadoff single. So he is aboard for back-to-back nights, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Yuki Nomura. Well, for Nomura, he's batting .237. He's got 12 homers and 40 runs batted in as he steps to the plate with Manami at first. Interesting to see Manami in the leadoff spot as they've moved him to the top part. Obviously, somebody with 25 home runs leading the Pacific League or tied for the lead. And they've got him in the top spot in the batting order. I wonder if it's maybe to get him some extra at-bats between now and the end of the year, or if they're doing the Kyle Schwarber type move with him, as there's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Now, he doesn't particularly run the best. He can move. He's athletic. He's only got a couple of stolen bases. The Fighters really only their player of Go Matsumoto, only player in the lineup with double-digit stolen bases. As the right-hander Castillo delivers a fastball that misses down and away, and the count goes even at 1-1. We will keep everybody up to date on the out-of-town scoreboard as we move along tonight, because we are scoreboard watching. It is going to be a number of ball games, especially that will impact the Pacific League, as all Pacific League teams are in action tonight. There's a breaking ball that misses inside. The count is 2-1 here to Nomura. There is scoring in the Central League games already, as the Dragons have taken a 2-0 lead over the Tigers and 1-0 for the Swallows over the Bay Stars. That's in the top of the first inning. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded slowly over to third. Brosu fields it, throws to second for one, back to first, and it's not in time. That is going to be a fielder's choice. It's going to go in the books 5-4. That'll erase Manami at second. Nomura is safe on the back end. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Kentaro Kiyomiya. And there's a lot of movement on the pitches here from Castillo. As I said, he's low three-quarter arm, so he's got a lot of arm side run to the pitch. Looks like the ball is going to be outside, and then it just darts back across the plate. Or it starts down the middle, and it darts inside to a right-handed hitter. So we'll have to keep an eye on this to see how he is able to do tonight. I expect a lot of ground balls in this game on balls that are put in play. Here comes the offering. It is a fastball that's taken for a called strike on the outside corner to Kiyomiya, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and one strike. Kiyomiya batting from the left side, hitting .250 on the year with 10 homers and 40 RBIs. Gets the start at first base tonight. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is even now at 1-1. Pretty much the same lineup the Fighters have rolled out tonight. Just one exception is Ryota Yachi is getting the start at third base tonight. As the pitch is on the way, it is a breaking ball swung on, grounded over to first, fielded by Sato. He goes to second for one, back to first. And that's going to be a 3-6-3 double play. Nice turn there by the Marines, as they are able to retire Nomura for the second out and the back end for Kiyomiya. That is going to do it here for the Fighters in their half of the first inning. There was no runs, no hit. There was one hit. Check that. That was the hit by Manami. No errors and nobody left aboard. We are through one complete. Your score is Chiba 0 and Hokkaido 0. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Already Shingo out talking to the umpire. I wonder if he's going to be making some type of change. We'll have to get that information when we get back in just a minute. That's usually what happens. Maybe somebody's picked up a knock. We'll be right back after this.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Ryota Yachi who started the ball game tonight at third base. He has now come over to play first base in this one here. We'll take a look and see who the new third baseman is, or if they just flipped the third baseman back with Kentaro Kiyomiya. We'll have to have a look at that. There's a first pitch delivered to Gregory Polanco. It's chopped over to Yachi. He fields it. He underhand flips it to the pitcher covering. That's going to go down as a ground out, 3-1 to retire Polanco on the first pitch of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. That is going to bring up the second baseman, Shogo Nakamura. Makes me wonder tonight with Yachi in the ball game, as we are just doing a little bit of a sleuth or sort of detecting here. I'm curious to see if they're going to move him, do something if Shinjo is going to move him all around the park. He is a 32-year-old here who is enjoying his game, and there's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Shogo Nakamura. Curious to see if what their plan is here for Yachi tonight. Nakamura batting .218 on the year. He's got 11 homers and 43 runs driven in. There is a breaking ball swung on it. It is pop foul. It's going to reach the seats on the third base side home plate. Count is now 0-2 to Nakamura. Getting a little bit late in the year, and you start to see players that are decided to retire or to pack it in. As the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-2. It is Yachi in the game, and Kiyomiya has moved over to third base. So that is where the switch is. There's no substitutions. It's just a positional movement. So we'll keep our eyes inning to inning to see if there's going to be some more stuff moving on. Here's the 1-2. It's a slow breaking ball, swung on and missed. Nakamura goes in the books. He's gone for out number 2. That'll bring up the shortstop, Kenta Chitani. So 5 in a row retired here to begin the game by Uehara. That was actually a changeup on the outside part of the plate. Sometimes, as we said before, there's not a lot of pitchers who use changeups with a regular basis in the NPB. There's a fastball swung on. This is grounded up the middle. That's going to be the first hit of the ball game for the Marines, as Chitani's got himself a 2-out single. And that is going to bring up the first baseman, Yoshia Sato. Friend Zay in the house tonight. He says, "Go Fighters." Well, as we said earlier on, Zay, I don't think you were in the stream at the time. We kind of found out why the Marines have been running a B-grade lineup out onto the field, and it sounds like a lot of their players are in the infirmary with potentially suspected COVID cases. So a lot of regulars out of the lineup, and it's really making a difference here in the stretch drive. 7 losses in a row for the Marines. They're just fading. They're fading fast. So here's the first offering to the left-handed hitting Sato, and it's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Sounds like the drum of COVID is going to be beating fast here in the fall of 2023. The left-hander Uehara holds to the belt, and now he delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count goes to 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. They did say a number of players had tested with fevers, and a lot of them had been removed from the active rosters, but we don't at this time know if the extent of that is any further. So here's the 1-1 pitch. As the lefty Uehara instead throws over to first, and diving back safely is the runner Chitani. Chitani's got a couple of stolen bases on the year. With regards to the Marines lineup, really only one player in the lineup tonight, which is Kashiro Wada, who can run. He's got 19 bags. Everybody else is below 10. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is grounded up the middle, fielded by the second baseman, Kato. Throws to first rather casually. They do get the runner, or the Casato, ground out 4-3, and that is going to do it here for out number 3 in the second inning. There was no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there was one runner left aboard. Now moving to the bottom of the second inning, your score is the Marines nothing and the Fighters nothing. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for being here. We'll be right back after this.
Hey guys, Steve coming back at you again. Steve Rademacher, that is. And during this intermission, let's open up a package of Garbage Pail Kids Series 4 Chrome, shall we? See what we get, then we'll come right back to the game with Freddie. Oh, very nice. I got a Ruptured Rupert. Very nice. We have a Jules Brooks to go right along with everyone's favorite Death Jeff. Sorry about the glare, but that's what Chrome do. We did get a Mosquito. You know, that's Wisconsin State bird right there. And the cracked ice is a Pinned Penny. Gotta love Garbage Pail Kids. Gotta love Freddie. Gotta love baseball. See you next time.
Appreciate you there, Steve. And it is going to be the heart of the order coming up for the Fighters here in their half of the second inning. It'll be Ariel Martinez, Gasuki Kato, and Go Matsumoto to bat here in inning number 2 against Luis Castillo. We talked about Castillo. Be curious to keep an eye on him here tonight. The number of ground balls that he potentially can induce. As I said, I really find it interesting with the amount of movement and the way his ball does sink. If they are going to be able to elevate much here tonight, being the Fighters. So Martinez, Kato, and Matsumoto here to get the inning going. As Martinez steps into the plate, he is batting .249 on the year with 15 homers and 64 runs driven in. The first pitch is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0 to Martinez. Martinez enjoying his first season with the Fighters after spending 3 with the Chinichi Dragons. As the pitch is on the way, it's a slow breaking ball that catches the inside corner for called strike, and the count is 1-1. Castillo did not have a lot of success at the major league level with the Detroit Tigers. He punched his ticket for Japan. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left center field, and this ball is going to get down. It is fielded by the center fielder. Ball comes into second base, and it is not going to be in time as it's going to be a double. That ball was fielded by Wada. They challenged the arm, did Martinez, and he's able to get into second base safely with a leadoff double here. That's going to be the second hit for the Fighters. Pitch there. It looked like they might have hung up it long enough. He didn't get enough of it to send it over the fence, obviously, but it looked like the ball had hung up long enough that maybe one of the fielders could get there. But they weren't able to do it. And of course, Martinez slides into second base safely with a double. So he is in scoring position, and that brings up Gasuki Kato to the plate. For Kato, batting .222 on the year, 6 homers and 16 runs batted in for the former Toronto Blue Jay. Bats from the left side. Back-to-back starts here at second base as he waits here on the first offering from the right-hander who kicks and delivers, does Castillo. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away down the left field line into the stands, and the count is quickly 0-1. Kato in last night's game, he had a base knock. He was officially 1 for 4, and he had scored a run. He was a part of that uprising in the 4th inning when the Fighters had scored 3 runs. Here's the offering from the right-hander. He delivers a fastball that swung on and lifted foul over on the third base side, just behind the third base dugout. The count now goes to 0-2. Talking to some folks in Japan when I was there, where they're talking about how the World Baseball Classic was a blend of the current style of play with the power arms, power at the plate, and of course the old school style of play with some bunts and some technically a good baseball mixed in between, as there's a fastball that misses down and the count goes to 1-2 on Kato. There's a shift in the mindset or the ideological mindset that's going on in Japan with how the game is to be played. I hope that shift isn't too drastic, because watching the North American game, it's turned into strikeouts and home runs. There's a breaking ball swung on, and it's tapped foul over on the first base side of home plate, and the count is 1-2. Just the fundamental baseball and what we'd like to see. I'm waiting for a team in the American or National League to go back to sort of the old school fundamental style baseball. Everybody kind of went the analytic Moneyball way of playing a certain style, or trying to play a certain style that Billy Beane had kind of concocted. Here's a pitch. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 2-2. And I shouldn't maybe say everybody. Certainly teams like the small market teams like the Oakland A's or the Tampa Bay Rays that have adopted a Moneyball style model. But certainly the Japanese, it is fun and entertaining to watch. The hit and runs, the bunts, pushes, drags, the bunt defenses, just the overall execution of the baseball that they play. Here's the 2-2. Fastball swung on. This is lifted into left field, moving over toward the foul line and making the catch. And tagging it second is Martinez, but he's going to have to hold on. Ishikawa had to come a long way to get it, as he was in that left field corner, but he makes the grab, and that is going to retire Kato for the first out of the inning. So unproductive at bat there for Kato, not being able to advance the runner over to third. That brings Go Matsumoto to the plate. Well, for Matsumoto, he's hitting .275. He's got 3 homers and 30 RBIs. We began commenting on this when we called Fighters games. He was the NPB champion last year. Batting champion. And this year here, he's hitting about 70 points less than that. As we have a stoppage in play, and we'll resume it here. Looks like that Tsuyoshi Shinjo is going to be officially remain in charge of the Fighters next year. He's got an endorsement from ownership group. Breaking ball that misses down, but they say that Go Matsumoto went around. It's going to be strike one to him. So it looks like that Shinjo will be back at the helm for the Fighters in 2024. And to be honest, I think it's not necessarily the worst thing. He took a young team last year that wasn't very good. They brought some excitement to it. This year here, they've started to play better. I really think they need a couple of more pieces to the puzzle to at least get to the 500 mark. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count is 0-2. I got a chance to see the Fighters and the Lions in Saitama about 3 weeks ago, and the Fighters took them to task, winning that ball game 7-0. As Yachi is waiting his turn on deck, as I said before, it makes me wonder if this is kind of a testimonial for Yachi, if he's going to be packing it in after this season. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down in the way, and the count is 1-2. Obviously getting the start at third and then moving over to first. Might be that token at bat and the round of applause, and then their way to say sayonara after that. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as the right-hander Castillo checks the runner at second and now delivers. Fastball swung on, grounded over to short. Advancing is Martinez to third dangerously, but he's able to make it in there safely. It's going to go down as a ground out 6-3. The shortstop Chitani had the charge to be able to come to get the ball, and that is going to bring up the third baseman Ryota Yachi, or now the first baseman, as it does look like there's a lot of Yachi fans in the stands, giving him a good solid round of applause. Well, Yachi batting 189 on the year, no homers and 4 RBIs. He hits from the right side here against the right-handed throwing Castillo. And the first pitch on the way is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Yachi. So no balls and one strike as Castillo ready to go again. He delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul down the first base line, and the count is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Action that means stuff tonight is all in the Pacific League. Games in the Central League, they're, I don't want to say playing out the string, but certainly the base stars are playing for potential positioning, as there's a fastball that misses up and away to Yachi, and the count is 1-2. But we will be scoreboard watching here tonight on the regular basis. Of course, the Golden Eagles, without playing last night, moved into a playoff spot. All games are still locked up at zeros across the Pacific League in early action. Here comes the 1-2. As the right-hander fires, it is a breaking ball swung on, and it's lifted foul into the seats. The count remains at 1-2. Zay says the Big Blast believes in the fighters. Well, Shinjo, as I said, I think to a certain point, he brought some energy because really last year the club is not very good. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Yachi's got a single here with 2 out. He's got himself an RBI. As that is going to bring in Martinez. And that is going to put the Fighters up on top here, 1-0. But as I mentioned before, as we were talking about here, you think of the job that Shinjo has done. He's really taken a young club. He's really worked in terms of trying to be ultra positive with that group. They're just not very talented. They've gutted their team. They've traded some of their stars like Kazuki Kondo. They've got rid of him and some other players that used to be in their group, in that core group. They've revamped the ball club. And on top of that, when you think about it, a few years ago when they lost Kohei Arihara, they lost Shohei Ohtani, but they had spent a lot of money to build this brand new stadium. So they weren't investing in the players as much as they were investing in the facility. Well, now that the facility has built and the crowd is starting to come, I would also anticipate in the next couple of years, they're going to start putting some money into the product on the field. There's a fastball that just misses down and away to Ryohei Hosokawa. Hosokawa tonight, coming off a really solid ball game last night, where he reached base every single time he came to the plate. He was 3 for 3 in a walk, including a home run, as he takes the fastball for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Hosokawa. Runner at first is Yachi. 1 run on the board here for the Fighters in the second inning as Castillo checks the runner and delivers. There's a breaking ball that is down in the dirt that swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. I don't know if Castillo will go back to Major League Baseball, but I can say this, that something that I do like is I do like his stuff. But he might be more of a bullpen type of arm if he came back onto the other side of the Pacific, as that fastball swung on and lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats down the left field line. So 1-2 it remains here to Hosokawa. It is first home run of the year last night in that ball game, as he is hitting .225 entering the fray tonight. The pitch on the way. Fastball taken for a called third strike. They throw down to second base, but that is not going to matter as Yachi slides into second. Hosokawa already out for out number 3, and that's going to do it here in the second. Well, 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving to the top of the third inning. Your score is the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters 1 and the Chiba Lotte Marines no score. We'll be back in just a few after this. Appreciate you guys for bouncing in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back in just a few. Well, as I suspected, as things were going on here, Yachi has now moved over to second base, and so one would have to think that this could be Shinjo's way of sending him off. I'll be curious to see if he's going to play every single position tonight. I remember there used to be a player for the Detroit Tigers, Shane Halter, I believe the name was, and he had a bit of a send-off. He did that in his career where he played every single position on the park, and we'll keep our eyes if that is going to be the case here tonight or what they have in tune for him here. But he's going to get his opportunity. Of course, the players all cheering for him when he drove in the first run of the ball game, so he will be the story more than likely here tonight, as it is probably going to be a send-off or retirement type of game for him. So he will be the one making the noise. So here comes the hitters here. It's going to be the 8-9-1 hitters coming up for Chiba. The first pitch delivered to Tatsuhiro Tamura is a fastball that misses upstairs for ball one. Tamura hitting 172 on the year with a couple of homers and 19 RBIs. As the pitch is a fastball swung on, this ball is lifted into deep right field, but there is room and space for Manami. He makes the catch and puts it away. And one up and one away here in the third inning, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Kashiro Wada. So there's nothing like being one team being in the playoff hunt, being the Marines, finding themselves drifting away, and then you've got the fighters that are just having a grand old time on the other side. And their spirits are pretty good as their elder statesman Yachi now playing second base, his third position in as many innings. Here's the first pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is aligned down the right field line. It's into the corner. It's going to be trouble and extra bases, and it's kicking around. It gets away from Manami. He finally picks it up, and heading over to third with a triple is Wada. Oh, there we go. The Marines have got some life here, as that ball was probably a double, but it ended up hitting and sort of sticking into the corner. Manami had to go in and get it, and that allowed the batter runner to get all the way around to third. Here with one gone, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Mike Brosu. We get the replay on that, and it just sort of pinballed around for Manami. So runner at third is Wada, and Brosu striding to the plate, who's 0 for 1 tonight. He lined out to right field his first time up. Marines looking to get that run back here. But as I say, when you sometimes have that other team that's doing it, and it's just everybody's cheering for that other guy, just having some fun with it, enjoying the fact that he's just like playing for one another. They do have the infield in here against Brosu, and the first pitch is a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0, where sometimes when you're playing carefree baseball and you're really, really loose, it's not like you're squeezing the bat tight and worried about stuff. You can go out and enjoy yourself, and that's exactly what the fighters are doing here as they're trying to play out the string. It's kind of a good move by Shinjo, too, not just for the player, but also for the team. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep left field. Should be deep enough to get the runner in. Tagging at third and heading home is Wada. There is the throw, but it's not going to be in time as he slides in safely. That's going to be a sacrifice fly for Brosu. That's going to be an RBI for him. And Wada is going to score the run. That's going to even the score line at 1 apiece. So a triple and a sac fly. It's going to be the second out of the inning. Bring up the left fielder, Shingo Ishikawa. I have to tip your hat there to Yuki Nomura. That was actually a pretty good throw for a left fielder. Didn't expect that kind of throw. The ball was not hit particularly deep. It was in the left field. It was more into left center field. And he had to move away from where he had to throw, but the throw did come in and evens the score up at 1 apiece here. So Ishikawa striding to the plate, and he takes the first pitch for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Ishikawa, his first time up, softly lined out to the pitcher. The barrel of the bat went almost as far as the ball as it sawed his bat off in his hands. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-2. Hitters, when they're going well, certainly can get upset when their bat has been broken, and Ishikawa on the season has been swinging a pretty good stick in limited duties. So no balls and 2 strikes. It is here to Ishikawa as he bats here with 2 gone in the top of the third. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses down, and the count goes to 1-2. As we mentioned, it is more than likely, we've already announced our schedule tomorrow, but could be a late minute change, but I will probably stay with this Marines Fighters series. The other reason for that is the game in Tohoku tomorrow, they're calling for some rain early. Fastball swung on it, is grounded over to third, fielded on the glove side by the third baseman, Kiyomiya. He throws to first. What a great pick over there by the first baseman, Kato. And that's going to do it. It's going to be a ground out 5-3. And that is going to retire Ishikawa for the third out of the inning. But the Marines did get a run back. The leadoff triple by Wada and the sac fly by Brosu has evened the score. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left the board. Moving to the bottom of the third inning, your score is the Chiba Lotte Marines 1 and the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few after this. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to come to bat for the Fighters. It means Yushi Shimizu, and the top of the order, Chusei Manami, and Yuki Nomura to face the right-hander Luis Castillo. Delivers a first pitch fastball that misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Shimizu batting .275 on the year with no homers and 5 RBIs. He's only got himself 40 at-bats on the season as there's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. You would have to expect and anticipate Castillo will be all around the zone here tonight. As we said, he does not have many walks. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right center field. It's going to get down. Wada over to field it, and he fires it back in. It's going to be a leadoff single here for Shimizu. Brings up the top of the order in Chusei Manami. Well, for Manami, he is 1 for 1 tonight. Had a single to lead off the first inning, but he was erased in a fielder's choice. So he comes to the plate here to face the right-hander Castillo. Runner at first establishing his lead as Manami digs himself in. I have to say, I really like Manami's approach, but even more so, I like his development over the last couple of years. Just looking far more relaxed at the plate. The 25 homers tied with the Pacific lead in home runs. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away right at the feet of the catcher. The count is no balls and 1 strike. I would have to say that there is probably going to be more for him coming forward. You can expect next year, if he continues with the adjustments, continues to be able to do that, I would think that there's probably a 40 home run season in his future, especially if they could get somebody to hit around him. Breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. Not that Ariel Martinez isn't an option. He's got 15 homers, as does Nomura with 12 and Kiyomiya with 10. They do have some power in this lineup. But I think another big, solid impact bat would really do the trick behind Manami. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. I do question the fact that they've got him in the leadoff spot. But as I said, it's not been the way the whole season. Certainly, it's been more recently. I just think it maybe to get him some more at-bats between now and the end. There's a fastball swung on, and it's grounded foul down the third base line. Count remains at 1-2. But there are some encouraging things about the fighters. I know our friend Zay has been listening in, and he is pumping his fist, but he has a lot to like. I do like Nomura, Kiyomiya, those young players, or those players for the fighters. And the acquisition of Kato, who doesn't count as an import, I guess. Fastball swung on and missed, and that is going to retire Manami for the first out of the inning. He's gone. He's in the books. Our friend Titus is in the house. Hello from the land of the rising sun. We welcome you. So Manami in the books for the first out of the inning. It brings up Yuki Nomura to the plate. Nomura bounced into that fielder's choices first time up, as he is ready here to face the right-hander Castillo. And the pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Yuki Nomura. Nomura waggling the bat here, waiting on the offering from the right-hander as Castillo holds set to the belt. Here comes the 0-1 offering as the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on. It's fouled off the catcher. Goes all the way to the backstop, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. We'll get a look at that again. I'm not sure if that would have been a 2-seam or if it would have been a split finger pitch, but as I said, just the low angle of the pitch, it doesn't do your traditional split finger variety to that. There is a breaking ball swung on and missed. Nomura goes in the books. That's the second strikeout of the inning. 2 in the books now here in the third, and that is going to leave it up to the third baseman, Kentaro Kiyomiya. 3 strikeouts now in the ballgame here for Castillo, as he had the fighter's hitter right out there on his front foot. So no balls, 2 strikes as the right-hander works to the set position. And now he kicks and fires. It is a fastball swung on and missed. The count is 0-1. Boy, he's gotten tough here after that leadoff single by Shimizu. Not wasting any time with these hitters. Right-hander ready to deliver again. There's a fastball swung on. This is lifted into straightaway center field. This ball is deep on the warning track, and leaping and making the catch is Wada. Oh boy, he sent it a long way, did Kiyomiya. But just unfortunately for him, to the deepest part of the ballpark. He's gone for the third out of the inning, and that will do it here for the fighters in their half of the third. Well, there was no runs in the inning. There was the hit by Shimizu, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Let's see where Shinjo's going to be moving Yachi now. He's coming back out again to make yet another switch. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back in just a few, and we'll fill you in with that as well. Score 1-1, Marines and Fighters as we move to the fourth. Welcome back, everybody. They're moving Yachi all around the infield. Now he gets his opportunity to play some shortstop tonight. He started the game at third. He went to first, then to second, and now to third. So we'll see how they're able to do that. One of the things that they are also, when you get to a NPB game, one of the things I find fascinating is that they'll have the players endorse foods. They've got a lot of different food selections on the menus at these ballparks, and they have the food selection and so on and so forth that the players that they certainly enjoy. And of course, Yachi's got his food. So it is the shortstop Hosokawa who's going to go over to second base to allow Yachi to continue his tour of the infield. We'll see what they have in mind. I wonder if they're going to get him behind the plate at some point in time. We'll have to keep our eyes on that and when exactly that they would do it. Are they going to do that before he gets his tour of the outfield? So here comes the first offering. It's a breaking ball that misses inside. And the count is quickly 1-0 to Kakanaka. Of course, if this ball game is as close late, would they put him on the hill to pitch? I guess we're going to find out here. That could be the drama in this one. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1 to Kakanaka. But as I said, it's going to help the Fighters team just be a lot looser. There's a line drive hit right back to the pitcher as Uhara makes the catch, and that is going to retire Kakanaka. It was almost an excuse me type of catch. It wasn't a particularly hard one. He had to pull it off his shoe tops. That's the second time tonight he's had to catch a line drive coming back his way. That one was a little bit of self-defense, and he had to reach across his body to his left side to be able to make that play, but that is going to retire Kakanaka for the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, Gregory Polanco. Polanco tonight 0 for 1. He grounded to the first baseman his first time up. So he is 0 for 1 tonight as the left-hander kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-0 to Polanco. Polanco batting from the left side. He's also tied for the league lead in home runs. He's got 25 as well. There's a breaking ball that misses down. So two of the Pacific League leaders here. The third player, of course, is Hideto Asamura. He is playing for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. So 2 balls and no strikes as the left-hander kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count goes to 2-1 on Polanco. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Yachi is almost over the bag at shortstop. At second base, there's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count goes even to 2-2 on Gregory Polanco. The lefty Ihara ready to go again. Gets his sign from the catcher Shimizu, and here we go. Here comes the offering. As the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal over to the third base umpire, but they say Polanco didn't go. That runs the count full to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is. And here comes the offering as the lefty holds to the set position. Pitch on the way. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled behind. Count remains at 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So here comes the 3-2 pitch as the left-hander ready to deliver. He kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball swung on. Grounded over to second. Fielded by the second baseman, Hosokawa, who throws to first. That's going to retire Polanco. Hosokawa was actually playing in almost the rover position in shallow right field. He had to charge and attack that ball, but that's going to retire Polanco on a ground out 4-3. He's in the books for the second out of the inning, and that's going to bring up Shogo Nakamura. Now, they had him probably a good 5-6 steps off of the dirt of the infield. When that ball was chopped in his direction, he had to attack it and circle it and make the play over at first base. So here comes the first offering to Shogo Nakamura. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Nakamura tonight 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. As the lefty ready to go again. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count now goes to 0-2 on Nakamura. So no balls and 2 strikes. Nakamura digging in here. 44th pitch of the ball game on the way from Ahara. He's been pretty economical here. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted over to the second baseman, Hokkaido, who makes the catch, and that is going to do it. It's going to retire Nakamura for the third out of the inning, and they go quietly do the Marines in their half of the fourth. That's 5 retired in a row now by the starter, Ahara. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard here in the fourth inning. We're moving to the last half of the fourth. Your score is the Fighters 1 and the Marines 1. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you all for listening in with us tonight, whether you listen live or on delay. It's always glad to have you here. We'll be back in just a bit.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Appreciate you there, Steve. And the first pitch delivered to Ariel Martinez is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Martinez hit a double and scored the only run for the Fighters his last time up. As there is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted foul down the hooked into the foul territory into that upper deck down the left field line. And the count now goes to 0-2 on Martinez. He was way out in front of that pitch, that's for sure. Hook barreled. And he got hit that one away to get it up into that deck. It's kind of an interesting design of the stadium. As there's a breaking ball that's taken for a called third strike. And Martinez not able to hold up, and he's gone down in the books for out number 1. So one away here in the fourth, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Gasuki Kato. Or maybe not the second baseman, because I guess it's Hokkaido who's over there right now. We'll see what happens. Kato, of course, played first base the last couple innings, with the Ryota Yachi being moved all around the infield. Here comes the first pitch. It is a breaking ball to Kato, and the count is quickly 1-0. If you've just joined us, Ryota Yachi has been moving around the infield here tonight. And I think this is probably his swan song game, as there's a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul down the right field line. The count is 1-1. And so Shinjo has got him moving all the way around. Curious to see what other positions he's going to play, if they're going to get him into all the outfield spots or even in other places as well. Maybe to see if he pitches or catches. That would be interesting here, especially in a game that means a lot more for the Marines than it does for the Fighters. There's a pitch that's down to Kato, and the count is now 2-1. Kato 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out to left field his first time up, as he takes a fastball down, and the count goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Gasuki Kato. Right-hander against the left-hander. Castile ready to work again. as he works to the belt and now delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. Coming in and making the catch is the right fielder Kakanaka, and that is going to retire Kato for the second out of the inning. Hit the ball on the screws, did Kato, but right to the glove of the right fielder Kakanaka. 2 in the books, and that is going to bring up the center fielder Go Matsumoto. So as we were talking a little bit tonight, obviously with Matsumoto coming to bat, just some of the stuff that's going on for some of those who've joined us late. Talking earlier about the Marines last night having a number of regulars not in the lineup as Matsumoto waves at the first pitch and misses. The count is 0-1. Matsumoto grounded to short his first time up. But a number of the regulars have been out of the Marines lineup as they're in this 7-game skid at the worst possible time. As there's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be hit into left field past the glove of the third baseman. Matsumoto's aboard with a single. Well, it appears that a number of players have had a fever and they're keeping them out because of COVID precautions. So as we said before, there's probably a good solid half dozen players that we recognize that could arguably be in the lineup. They're not even on the game sheet. So we'll see how long that's going to last and how long they're going to be out for. So Ryota Yachi coming to the plate. He is 1 for 1 tonight. He's driven in the only run. As we said, he's got a chance to play every single position in the infield in the first 4 innings. We'll see what they do with him in inning number 5. As the pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside, the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Yachi. If you've got the under in this one, you might be feeling fairly secure. I'm not sure the over-under through the first 5. There's a ground ball hit to short, fielded neatly by the shortstop Chitani, who goes to second for the fielder's choice. That is going to retire Matsumoto. It's 5-4 on the putout. He's gone for out number 3, and that is going to do it here in the 4th inning. We would anticipate that Yachi's probably going to be moving around again, so we'll see where he's at when we come back. No runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Your score, it's all locked up at 1s as we move to the top of the 5th. Hang tight, everybody. We appreciate you guys for listening in with us tonight.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. There is some more movement around in the field. As we said, Yachi is getting moved all around tonight. He is in right field now. It looks like Hosokawa is back at short. The second baseman is going to be Kato again, and it looks like they've moved Chusei Manami over to first base here for this inning of play. So as we said, they're moving everybody around the field to accommodate Yachi here, who probably is in his final appearance at an NPB ball game tonight based on all of the movement here. Chris B in the house tonight says, thanks for the live report. We appreciate you for being here with us. Here comes the first pitch. It is a breaking ball. It's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Kenta Chitani. Chitani 1-for-1 tonight. He singled his first time up, batting .280 now on the season. As that breaking ball misses down and the count goes even to 1-1. No homers and 9 RBIs for the Chiba shortstop. As the lefty ready to go again, working to the belt. There's a breaking ball waved out and missed. And the count now goes to 1-2 on Kencha Chitani. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the lefty double pumps in his kick. And there's a breaking ball down in the dirt. It's going to keep the count, or it's going to run the count now to 2-2 to the Chiba shortstop. Are going to take you on some peeks in around the NPB tonight, of course, as there is a full slate of games going on in the Pacific League. Only 4 of the 6 teams playing in the Central League tonight. As the breaking ball misses down, it's now 3-2 to Chitani. There is scoring at the Kyocera Dome in Osaka. It's a 1-0 lead for the Buffaloes over the Hawks. 0-0 between the Golden Eagles and the Lions. That game is in the top of the 5th inning as well, as the fastball misses outside. It's going to be ball 4. And Chitani's going to be aboard for the second time tonight. He's on with a leadoff walk here in the 5th inning. And now Shinjo is asked for time. What's going on here? As I said, he is looking to make some movements here because I think Yachi's going to continue to be moved around. So I'm curious to see how and where they're going to play him and what they're going to do here. As he is bowing to the crowd, they're giving him quite the ovation. I would not be shocked that they bring him in to pitch here, or maybe even just for one batter. But it looks like they are taking him out of right field. What are they going to do with him next? Everybody is bowing out here as he's got that opportunity. He's coming off the field. He's getting a lot of handshakes from everybody. That might be the end of the night for him, as we're appearing that could be the case here. Everybody here is up at the front of the dugout, and maybe that is it, him playing right field. Maybe all the positions that he played. His night is over, but as I said, it is good for the spirit of the fighters, that's for sure, especially when you're that far out of a playoff race. It looks like Yachi's night is done as his tour of the field is over. All 4 infield positions, and he got to play 1 out in right field. So his day is done as he gets congratulations from his teammates and goes back into the dugout. We will get you the update on how that is going to affect everybody here, with Manami at first base and who is going to be entered into the fray. So once we get all that information, we'll be able to go. And of course, that is over with. Now the Marines at the plate here have Sato, and they throw over to first base. That sure looked like it could have been a balk. Looked like the pitcher, O'Hara, had slipped. But no balk was called by any of the umpires on that one. Manami is going to go back into right field. Looks like Kato is going to be nestled in at first base, but we're going to have to get an update as to who has come into the ball game. Fastball swung on. This ball is belted deep and foul down the right field line, and the count goes to 0-1 here on Sato. Our friend Chris says he needs the under 6.5 for the full game. Well, I would say in this one here that the scoring is going to be at a premium, and there's a breaking ball that comes inside and hits Sato. But you always have to wonder about the 5th inning. This is where things can go a little bit awry for both teams, where runs can be scored in a hurry. That's going to put runners at first and second as Sato has been hit by the breaking ball. It's going to bring up Tatsuhiro Tamura. Tamura was the starting catcher in last night's game, and he had a bit of a beef with one of his relievers last night. You call for the pitching coach to come out to the mound to help solve the grievance. I think he was putting the fingers down, and the pitcher wasn't on song with him. But he is already squaring to bunt as the Marines are looking to hunt for some runs here. He had flown out to right field his first time up, but he's already looking to get the ball down to sacrifice. So runner at second is Chitani. The runner at first is Sato. Squaring to bunt here is Tamura, waiting in the first offering from O'Hara. And the pitch is on the way, and it is a fastball, and it's a wild pitch. It gets all the way to the backstop. And that is a ball here to Tamura, but your sacrifice bunt, now you don't have to worry about that so much anymore, as that's put runners into scoring position. It's 1 ball and no strikes to Tamura. So in our books, that's a wild pitch. O'Hara having a little bit of a meltdown, hit the batter Sato, and now he's thrown one inside that got away from the catcher. Although I have to say that might be considered a pass ball. It did look like it hit Shimizu's glove. May have jumped the gun on that. So we'll charge a pass ball to the catcher, as that puts runners at second and third. The infield is in. They're going to try to cut the runoff at the plate. Have to try to elevate something here, get it over the infielders. Here comes the 1 ball. They squared a bunt. They're looking at a squeeze, and that ball is fouled away straight back. 1 ball and 1 strike to Tamura. Couldn't see if the runner was coming in on a full suicide. We get the replay, and it sure was. Sometimes we'd have thought maybe a safety squeeze might have been in play. So 1 ball and 1 strike here to Tamura. They do have some traveling fans from Chiba that are in attendance here tonight. 1 ball and 1 strike it is. As the lefty holds the belt and now delivers. Breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 2-1 on Tamura. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Left-hander against the right-hander as O'Hara gets his sign. There is some scoring in that game in the 5th inning, as the Golden Eagles have scored in the top of the 5th. Fastball swung on and fouled away. Count goes to 2-2. They have a 1-0 lead over the Saitama Cebu Lions. Of course, with the Hawks losing, a win by the Eagles tonight would have them locked up in a tie. Tie for second spot. So Marines have to win to keep pace here tonight. 3-2 Swallows have a lead over the Bay Stars, and it's 3-2 Dragons over the Tigers in the Central League. Of course, really only the Bay Stars result means a whole lot of anything. So there's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 3-2. Probably have a little of a hangover last night. The Yomiuri Giants are still mathematically in the playoff hunt, as they are chasing the Bay Stars. Bay Stars sit third, as the Tigers and the Carp are 1-2 in the Central. It's been about 6 years since the Carp have made the playoff last. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. As it's on the way, it is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into center field. Should be deep enough to get the run in. Making the catch is Matsumoto. The throw to the plate is going to get in there, but I'm not sure what happened there. Kenta Chitani, I'm not sure what he was doing. What's going on there? They did not cash a run, I don't think. That ball was well deep enough. We'll get a look at this one on the replay. Ball was hit. It was taking the center fielder into right center field. Chitani had tagged, and then he slammed on the brakes. And they almost, as they cut it off, they almost they were thinking about throwing the runner out at second base. They almost had the runner there. But a nice throw there by the center fielder, Matsumoto, and that held the runner at third. So, boy, I thought that was well deep enough. Chitani didn't want to try it. So 1 gone here, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Kashiro Wada. Especially when you have the throwing arm side of the fielder moving in the direction of his glove side. You would have figured for sure they would have challenged that. Make them throw you out. Make them make the mistake. Especially in a 1-1 ball game on the road. If you were at home, maybe a different story. Here's the pitch. They pitch out because they're concerned about a squeeze. That's a fastball that misses outside. It's 1-0. Kashiro Wada is the guy who can get the squeeze down. And he can run a little bit too. So 1 ball and no strikes to Wada. Top of the order, Mike Brosu waits his turn on deck. Runner at third is Chitani. Runner at second is Sato. Sato's got a big-time lead over at second base. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball misses down, and the count goes to 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes it is here. Wada hit the triple and scored the only run for the Marines his last time up. Right-hander or left-handed hitter Wada here against the lefty O'Hara. Here's the pitch. Fastball. It's taken for a called strike. Count goes now to 2-1. 61 pitches so far for the lefty as we're here in the 5th inning. He's been pretty economical with his pitches too. Both pitchers have done a pretty good job of being around the zone. So 2 balls and 1 strike. The Marines here with a base hit. They grab themselves a couple of runs. Here's the 3-1 or 2-1. Check that. Breaking ball that misses down. Now it's 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. I have to tell you, probably going to have to upgrade my glasses, it looks like. Either that or going to have to get some more sleep before these late night games. Guys are fighting us a bit here tonight. 3 balls and 1 strike it is to Wada. A walk and a hit by pitch here to start the inning, and then Tamura's fly out to center field. Counted for the first out of the inning. Here comes the 3-1. Breaking ball swung on, grounded through the 4-hole into right field. That's going to get 1 run in. Here comes Sato around third. The throw to the plate is going to get by the catcher, and that is going to score 2 runs here. It's going to be a base hit here for Wada. He's going to advance to second on the throw. He's going to pick himself up a couple RBIs, and just like that, the Marines have a 3-1 lead here in the 5th inning. And our friend Chris B, who says that he needs an under the 6.5 for the entire ball game. Well, that doesn't help you out any right there. 3-1 the scoreline for the Marines. And boy, did they need that. With that information in hand, as we said before the game, with all those regular players that are out, you'd have to say that, yeah, sure, they might be able to get an opportunity to get a win here somewhere, but just those regulars out of the lineup have really hurt them here. So Wada is at second base as he advances there on the throw. There's still 1 gone here. Mike Brosu coming to the plate. He is 0 for 1 tonight. He lined out to right field. He had a sacrifice fly to left to score a run. His last time up, he's got an RBI. Action up in the Fighters bullpen. They've got a righty and a lefty. As Brosu here waggling the bat, waiting on the offering from the lefty O'Hara. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on, lined over to the shortstop. And nice job there by Hosokawa. He crawled the ladder, make the catch. And they were looking to throw back to second base, but the runner Wada did a good job of not wandering off too far. Boy, Brosu hit that ball in the screws, but right to the shortstop for the second out of the inning. 2 gone here, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Shingo Ishikawa. And in some ways, Brosu's going to feel a little bit hard done by. He's hit a couple balls hard tonight. His first out that he flew out to right field, he hit the ball hard as Manami had made the catch at the edge of the warning track. And then he lines out here to the shortstop. So some couple pretty good swings there by Brosu. So here comes the first offering to Ishikawa as he kicks and delivers to O'Hara, and it's a fastball that misses down for a ball. Count is quickly 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Wonder what the leash on O'Hara is. He's at 65 pitches. They've already got the bullpen going. It makes you kind of wonder if he's just on a short leash here tonight. Pitch is on the way. Fastball swung on, lifted foul down the right field line. Count goes even to 1-1 on Ishikawa. Two runs on the board here in the fifth inning for Chiba, as they have now jumped out to a 3-1 lead. Lefty O'Hara waits at the belt. He checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball waved at and missed. Now the count goes to 1-2 on Ishikawa. So 1-2 strikes as the fighter's lefty looks in and he gets the sign from his catcher, Shimizu. Here comes the 1-2. And now he kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on. This is lined up the middle. Gets past the diving shortstop, Hasakawa. Wada's going to cruise all the way around from second base and score, and that's going to be the fourth run of the ball game. RBI single by Ishikawa. He drives in his sixth run of the year. It's a base hit there as Wada crosses the plate. 4-1 now. The Marines have the lead. And that is going to bring up the right fielder, Katsuya Kakanaka. Well, for Kakanaka tonight, he is 0 for 2. He has struck out and he has lined it right back to the pitcher. I have to say one thing tonight is there's been a lot of line drives whistled back to the pitcher tonight. 2 have been caught. We're just here in a short amount of work, that's for sure. So the lefty ready to go again as Ihara holds at the belt and now delivers. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1 to Kakanaka. Marines have now padded their lead. It's now 4-1. Our friend Chris, who had checked in earlier, saying he needed that under 6.5. Well, it's even looking even worse right now. You don't have a lot of room to play with. There's a lot of game left here in this one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and lifted foul. The count now goes to 0-2. Certainly those Marine fans who've traveled to be here in this one, they are in great form. Happy for their ball club here to be putting up some points. Finally. So no balls and 2 strikes as the lefty leans in and gets the sign, but now steps off the back of the rubber. We're going to cycle through this sign sequence again, and we'll do it all over again. And there's a fastball that just misses outside. They appeal down to the third base umpire, but they say that the hitter, Kakanaka, didn't go. It's going to run the count to 1-2. The catcher had set way up outside. They did hit the spot, but the problem was it was probably a good half dozen inches off the plate. So here comes the 1-2 as the lefty O'Hara holds set. Delivers a breaking ball that misses down. A nice stop there by Shimizu. Count now even at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lefty ready to go back to work as O'Hara gets his sign from his catcher. Now he works to the belt. Trying to get himself out of this inning. And he fires over to first base and diving back in time is Ishikawa. Might be a good pitch for Ishikawa to run on here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. You got to think it's an action pitch. Could be anything here. As the 2-2 is ready. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on. This ball is lined over the head of the second baseman into right center field. Rounding second and heading to third. Here comes the throw. It's going to be in time. And Ishikawa is going to be gunned down for the third out of the inning. Nice throw there by Matsumoto. That's going to go in the book, 7-5 on the putout. It's a single there for Kakanaka, but the inning is going to be over as Ishikawa gone for out number 3. Well, the Marines get a few runs in the inning. They got 3 runs on the benefit of 3 hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom of the 5th inning, it is the Chiba Lotte Marines 4 and the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight. We'll be right back after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to come to bat. Just a note here, it is Narama who is in the ball game, who has replaced Yachi. As Yachi's tour of the field for him is over, so Daiki Narama in the ball game, and they've got him as the shortstop, or at least that's what they have him listed as of right now. As the first pitch was delivered to Hosokawa, it was fouled away, and then there's a breaking ball that misses down. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Hosokawa. He bats here from the left side against the right-handed throwing Castillo, who kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander against the left-hander as he kicks and fires. There's a fastball hammered down the right field line. If it stays fair, it's going to be trouble. And this one here is just going to hook foul into the seats right to the right of the foul pole. There's an elderly lady over there who comes up with the ball. That's something I was going to mention. They're traditionally in Japan, they don't let you keep the balls but that get hit into the stands. But I think that's changing. I didn't see anybody this year where they came and asked to take the ball away. They would come and check on it. So that's pretty much a new piece in Japanese baseball. There's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul, and the count is 2-2 to Hosokawa. So if you're attending games in Japan and a foul ball comes your way, you get to keep it now, which has not been the norm. The norm was to give it back. I guess the baseball budget is starting to expand a little bit. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball that misses down, and it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes to Hosokawa. So we said Hosokawa homered in last night's ball game. He had a really good approach at the plate. Reached base every single time he came to bat. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up down the third base line, giving chase. But now pulling up is the third baseman, Brosu, as he watches it drift into the seats. It's going to keep the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes to Hosokawa. Fighters fans are in full form here tonight as they too are cheering on their fans or their team. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted up into center field, moving over underneath it and making the grab as the center fielder Wada. That's going to retire Hosokawa for the first out of the inning. 1 gone, and that is going to bring up the catcher Yushi Shimizu. We were looking early on, and I was saying, I wonder how that Castillo is going to do on ground balls versus fly balls for his outs in this one, not including strikeouts. And right now it's even Steven. 4 balls in the air and 4 balls on the ground. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike by Shimizu. Shimizu 1-for-1 tonight, singled his first time up. He was stranded at first base. Leadoff single gone to waste back in the third inning. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. As a reminder, once this game is over, when it is finished, we will give a recap of around the NPB. But it is going to be the Japanese halftime coming up here shortly, as that ball is a breaking ball waved at and missed. Shimizu goes in the books for the second out of the inning. And by our account, that's the 5th strikeout tonight by Luis Castillo. It's going to bring up the top of the order in Chusei Manami. Well, for Manami tonight, he is 1-for-2. He singled his first time up and he struck out back in the third inning. So 1-for-2 for the right fielder of the Fighters. Right-hander Castillo working to the belt, and he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is taken on one hop by Brosu at third. He goes across the diamond. That is going to do it. It's going to be in the books as a ground out, 5-3. And that will do it here in the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board for the Fighters in their half of the 5th. It is 4-1 for the Marines. And as we said before, for those of you who jumped in with us, this is our Japanese halftime. This is where we put the music on loop. We go get ourselves a drink of water and hit the washroom for sure. We'll be back in about 2 or 3 minutes with all the action. Appreciate you guys for being with us. Your score 4-1 as we move to the 6th. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be going to the top of the 6th inning. It is a 4-1 game for the Marines, and we are in what we like to call our Japanese halftime, as they are going to be fixing the field and getting this one ready to return in just a few. We'll be back in just a little bit. We will call the 6th inning of this one here. Your score is the Marines 4 and the Fighters 1. Appreciate you guys listening, whether you're live or on delay. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Hang tight, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. We do have a pitching change as the Fighters are going to the bullpen. They are bringing on a left-hander. It is going to be number 53 entering the ball game, and that is going to be Hasegawa. So it is going to be Takahiro Hasegawa as he enters the fray here tonight. The 24-year-old lefty making his 8th appearance of the year. He delivers a first-pitch fastball to Gregory Polanco, taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. 6 of the 3rd innings, 6 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and an ERA of 1.42 for Hasegawa, as he is on in relief. And the pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Polanco. Polanco 0 for 2 tonight. He is grounded to first and grounded to second in his 2 trips to the plate, as he bats here to lead off the 6th inning. Second pitcher used tonight by Shinjo, the manager of the Fighters, as the left-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball misses down and away. Count now going to 1-2 on the veteran ball player here for the Marines. Polanco, as we said, 25 home runs, tied for the Pacific League lead, with Hideto Asamura and Chusei Manami also playing in this ball game here tonight. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-2. Shogo Nakamura waiting his turn on deck. Lefty ready to go again. Hasegawa getting the sign from his catcher. Here's the pitch. Fastball just misses low. Oh, that was a good pitch. Couldn't get Polanco to pull the trigger, and he couldn't get the umpire to go up with the right hand. We got to look at that one on the replay. But yeah, it was a good call. Just missed down. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is. Lefty Hasegawa working into the motion. He delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. Grounded up the middle. Fielded neatly by the shortstop, who throws to first. Nice play there by Narayama. As he was playing up the middle there, he had to circle the ball, field it, and fire on the run. Goes as a ground out 6-3 to retire Polanco for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the second baseman, Shogo Nakamura. It was a tough play, too, because it was grounded up the middle and it hit off the pitcher's mound and skipped more toward the 6 hole. So the shortstop already playing up the middle and then had to play that deflection off the mound. That's where it makes it difficult for sure. Here's the first offering. It is a fastball taken for a called strike by Nakamura. It's 0-1. He tonight has struck out and lined to second in his 2 trips to the plate. Waiting here on the offering from the lefty, who kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul down the third baseline. And now Nakamura is in the hole at 0-2. 2 left-handed pitchers here tonight for the Fighters. they have used against the Chiba Lotte Marines. So here comes the 0-2 offering as the lefty holds to the belt and now delivers. Fastball swung on and lifted, foul down the right field line. Count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes it is. Lefty Hasegawa again ready to go back to work, and he kicks and fires. Breaking ball that misses down. Count goes to 1-2. Said Nakamura hit that ball on the screws his last time up, but lined it right out to the second baseman. There's been some hard hit balls here by both clubs that have found leather tonight. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball waved out and missed. Nakamura's tough season continues. He goes down in the books for the second time tonight. He's also out number 2 here in the 6th inning, and that's going to leave it all up to Kenta Chitani. Well, for Chitani, he's had a solid ball game tonight. He's had a single and a walk. He's also scored a run. Getting another start at shortstop here tonight. So here's the first offering from the lefty. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. Count is quickly 0-1 to Chitani. As the lefty holds to the belt and now delivers. Fastball that misses outside. The count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Curious to see how long these players are out, if they're going to get them back the next couple of days. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-1. Certainly in North America, pretty much in about 48 hours, if you're not showing symptoms, take time to get back to work. At least that's how we're dealing with it. I wonder what they're dealing with in the locker room with the NPB. As we said, number of players that had fevers. There's a fastball that misses down, and it's hit Chitani in the foot. So he's going to be aboard for the 3rd time tonight. A single, a walk, and now hit by a pitch. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Toshiya Sato. Check that one again. I thought it hit the back foot, and it did. Looked like it hit him right on the big toe. On the inside of the big toe. That could, depending on where you catch that, it could really hurt. So Chitani is the runner at first with 2 gone. And Toshiya Sato stepping to the plate. He's been hit by a pitch tonight, and he's also grounded out. And here's the first pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Sato. As we said, we are scoreboard watching tonight, as we are keeping an eye on the ball games from around the NPB. More importantly, the games in the Pacific League. The Hawks are still trailing the Buffaloes 1-0 as that breaking ball misses down to Sato. Count is 2-0. The game now at the Balloonodome in the top of the 6th inning is all locked up at 1s. The Lions have responded to the run scored by the Eagles. Games that are going in the Central League really don't mean a whole lot, except for maybe the Bay Stars. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded through the 4-hole into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Stopping at second is going to be Chitani, and it's a 2-out single here for Sato. That's going to bring up the catcher, Tatsuhiro Tamura. Good decision by Chitani, not necessarily to want to test the arm of the right fielder, Chusei Manami. As Manami does have a rocket. So runner at second is Chitani. Runner at first, Sato. Tamura stepping to the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He has flown to center and flown to right. So as we said, he got the start behind the plate tonight for the Marines in this one. We'll keep our eye here because I'm curious to see how long he stays in the ballgame for once they move, or if they're going to move Sato off of first. Bring him behind the plate to finish the ballgame. Here comes the first pitch to the right-handed hitting Tamura. That's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is quickly 1-0. So a quick 2 outs here for Hasegawa in the inning, and then he's got himself in trouble. He's hit Chitani, and he has allowed a single to Sato. Crowd for the Marines tonight in full form. So here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined, and a leaping catch by the second baseman. Oh, what a nice play that was. As it is going to be Hasegawa who's going to come down with that one. And that will do it here as Tamura lines out for the third out of the inning. Well, no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors and 2 runners left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. Your score is the Marines 4 and the Fighters 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a bit with all the action after this. Appreciate you guys for listening in and for being here with us tonight, whether you listen live or on delay. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat for the Fighters in their half of the 6th inning. Yuki Nomura, Kotaro Kiyomiya, and Ariel Martinez. He is officially 0 for 2. He's bounced into a fielder's choice, and he has struck out in his 2 trips to the plate. Right-hander against the right-hander as Castillo ready to go. Hitting 236 is Nomura. There is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. 70 pitches through the first 5 innings for Castillo, so fairly economical as he is working at about a 14 pitch per inning pace. There's a breaking ball that misses, or that swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Castillo doesn't waste a lot of time. Gets going quickly. There's a fastball swung on. It's lifted into deep center field. Moving to his left is Wada. He makes the catch, and that is going to do it as Nomura is retired for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Kotaro Kiyomiya. And for Kiyomiya, he's 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded into a double play, and he is flown out to center. So he comes to bat here to face Castillo for the 3rd time. Always interested to see how pitchers do the 2nd and 3rd time through the order. I have to say, the 2nd time through the order, Castillo fared pretty good. Only allowed 1 hit to the 9 hitters he faced. That first pitch to Kiyomiya was taken for a strike, and now there's a breaking ball that misses outside for a ball, and the count is 1-1 to him. So 1 ball and 1 strike. He's waggling the bat, waiting here on the offering from the right-hander who holds to the set. Now he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball. This is down and in, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander against the left-hander as he kicks and delivers a breaking ball that misses inside does Castillo, and the count goes now to 3-1. That's one thing tonight. We talked about Castillo has really had good command and control of his pitches. Only 3 walks in 43 innings entering tonight's fray. He is now behind 3-1 here. There's a pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into deep left center field. Over to his right and making the catch is Wada. So 2 putouts here for Wada in the inning. That's going to leave it all up to the designated hitter, Ariel Martinez. But with tonight so far, it's approaching 6 innings. Pretty impressive, I'd have to say, for Castillo. If he is able to finish this inning off, 3 walks in nearly 50 innings. That's pretty almost unheard of in the major league level these days. Not too many pitchers can boast that. So here comes the offering from Castillo. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Martinez. Martinez tonight doubled and scored a run his first time up. He's got the only run of the game scored by the Fighters. As that breaking ball misses inside, the count goes even to 1-1. He has also struck out in his other trip to the plate, so officially 1 for 2 tonight. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses inside. The count goes now to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Martinez. Right-hander again working to the set. Kicks and fires. Fastball swung on, driven into deep left center field. Wada there makes the catch, and that's going to do it. All 3 putouts go to the center fielder Wada in that one. As Martinez is gone for out number 3. That's going to do it here. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. We're through 6 complete. Your score is the Marines 4 and the Fighters 1. The back third of the ball game is just around the corner. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight. It is 4-1 Marines as we move to the top of the 7th inning. We'll be right back in just a bit. Last Raps Baseball would like your support. Memberships are available on our channel now. We will share with you some behind-the-scenes items that are not baseball-related, like the culinary cuisine of Japan, take you to cool Japanese public batting cages, drop in on some amateur practices in and around the Osaka and Tokyo areas, check out the unique gaming and electronic experiences in the world of Akihabara and other locations, maybe even take a ride on a Mario Kart, visit some of the cool markets all over the country, including this one in Tokyo at Nakamise Dore. But don't worry, you won't be left holding the bag. Members can enjoy becoming a part of the channel. We'll have something for everyone's viewing pleasure. Become a member of Last Raps Baseball's channel today. Monthly memberships start as low as $1.99 per month. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to come to bat here for Chiba in the 7th inning. We're waiting to see if the bullpen is going to be used again here by the manager, the big boss, of course, of the Fighters, as they had used Hasegawa in the last half inning. We'll see what they're going to be up their sleeve here, as if that is the case, it'll be the 3rd pitcher used tonight. And it is going to be a right-hander who is taking over on the hill. This is going to be number 19, as it is going to be Tamai, who is going to be coming on in relief. So number 19 here, this is Taisho Tamai, a right-hander here on the season. He's making his 47th appearance. He's got no wins and 2 losses. He does have a couple of saves. He's got 35 innings pitched, 40 hits allowed. He's walked 7 and struck out 20, and he's got himself an ERA of 2.57. So Taisho Tamai here on in relief. And he's going to be facing the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the order. It's going to be Wada, Brosu, and Ishikawa. So not an easy task here for the right-hander of the Fighters. The first pitch as a fastball swung on it is lifted into deep left center field, giving chase and making the catch is Matsumoto as he hauls that one in. So with one pitch, there is one gone here. I have to say that was allowed out by Wada standards. He sent that ball almost to the warning track. He's in the books for out number one. So one away here. It's going to bring up the top of the order in Mike Brosu. Brosu will feel a little hard done by tonight. He's hit a couple of balls hard. He's flown to right. He's lined to short. And he also had a sacrifice fly to left to drive in the only run of the ball game. There's a first pitch that misses on a breaking ball outside. Count is 1-0. Brosu had a couple of hits in last night's game for extra bases. He's seeing the ball fairly well. There's a fastball swung on and tap foul over on the third base side. Count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is hit down the third base line, and it's going to get past the third baseman. I would have to say that it is going to be ruled a hit. Good decision by the scorer on that one. That ball was absolutely blistered. The third baseman, Kiyomiya, had dropped to one knee to try to pick it off, and the ball ended up trickling by him. But that ball would have been a very tough play. He had to go to his backhand side as he had dropped to the knee. Ball was hook-barreled, one hopped, couldn't come up with it. They keep Brosu to just a single, and that is going to bring up the left fielder, Shingo Ishikawa. For Ishikawa tonight, he is 1 for 3. He's got a single, and he's driven in a run. Batting here from the right side against the right-hander, Tamai, and there's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander against the right-hander. Tamai ready to go again. He kicks and delivers. Fastball swung up, popped up in the infield. This ball is playable here as the second baseman camps out underneath it, and he's going to put that one away. It looks like it was Hosokawa who has moved over to that spot. So that is going to put 2 in the books here, as that is going to leave it up to the right fielder, Katsuya Kakanaka. As we said, we're keeping an eye on the scoreboard in this one here tonight. It's now 4-1, obviously, here in this one. 1-0 still for the Buffaloes. That's in the bottom of the 7th inning against the Hawks. Slow breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Kakanaka. And 1-1 in the bottom of the 6th between the Lions and the Eagles at the Balluna Dome. So keeping the eye on the Pacific League and all the races here for the 2, 3, and 4 spots. Well, I should say the 2, 3 spots, because the 4 spot, nobody particularly wants. Breaking ball that misses down, and the count's 1-1 to Kakanaka. Kakanaka 1 for 3 tonight. He's got a single in 3 trips. He's also lined to the pitcher and struck out as the right-hander holds to the set position and now delivers. Fastball that swung on and missed. Count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Action in the Marine bullpen as they have a left-hander up and throwing. So it might be the end of the night for Castillo, the way that he's getting himself prepared. Castillo's been really good here tonight so far. Here's the 1-2. Fastball swung on. It's lifted foul down the left field line. Count remains at 1-2 to Kakanaka. 2 gone here in the 7th. The runner at first is Brosu, as he had the base hit with 1 out, but haven't been able to move him along yet. Top of the 7th inning. Marines out in front 4-1. Probably a fair score for this one here, too. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses inside. That's going to run the count now to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kakanaka really spreads himself out with 2 strikes at the plate. He also chokes up and tries to get that ball in play, shortens up. There's a fastball swung on. It's ground to the right side of the infield, fielded by Hasakawa. He throws to first, and that is going to do it. It's going to go down as a ground out, 4-3 to end the inning. No runs in the inning. There was the hit by Brosu. No errors and 1 runner left aboard. It looks like we are going to have a pitching change when we return in just a few. Your score is the Marines 4 and the Fighters 1. Fighters are starting to run out of a little bit of time here in this one as the sand in the hourglass is starting to slowly trickle away. We'll be right back in just a few as we appreciate you guys listening, whether you listen live or on delay. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. There is a pitching change for the Marines. It is going to be Koshiro Sakamoto coming on in relief, as he is going to be taking over here. He is making his 47th appearance of the year. Came over to the Marines last year from the Swallows in mid-year. 1 win, no losses for him on the season. He has worked 43 innings. He's allowed 44 hits. He's walked 20 and struck out 42. And he has a ERA of 3.35. So that is where we stand here. So Kato, Matsumoto, and Narama to come to bat here. It looks like there's a bunch of changes across the outfield as well. We'll have to try to get you updated on that as we see fit. More than likely it'll be when the Marines come to bat. They have some people shifted around as Wada has moved into right field. So it is going to be Gosuke Kato to come to bat here to face Sakamoto as he is ready to go. Koshiro Sakamoto on the mound. He delivers a first pitch fastball that swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0 balls and 1 strike to Gosuke Kato. Here comes the pitch from the lefty. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into left center field. Drifting over and making the catch. It looks like it is Fujiwara out there in center now. So that is going to be out number 1 here in the 7th inning. So 1 up and 1 away. It'll bring up the center fielder, Go Matsumoto. As I said, we'll try to get the changes in the next half inning. Usually when they come to bat, we can pick them off fairly quickly. Look, it looks like Fujiwara has moved into left field in the spot of Ishikawa, as Wada has moved over to right. But he will bat in that spot of the batting order. The first pitch that was delivered to Go Matsumoto had missed inside for a ball, and there's a fastball that swung on and fouled away. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Go Matsumoto. Try to see if we've got any other changes. It does show that Wada went to left field, and the right fielder is Taiga Hirasawa. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Looks like Hirasawa has come in the spot of Kataro Kiyomiya. So some defensive moves already here for the Marines in the seventh inning as they're looking to try to preserve the lead here. Breaking ball swung on in line foul. That's going to keep the count at 1-2 to Matsumoto. Our friend Influence is in the house tonight. We welcome you to the stream. Thanks for popping in. Your attendance has been noted. 4-1 is the score line here as the Marines have the lead. We are probably going to be, as we said, we're going to do these same two teams tomorrow night. As this is where the race is in the Central League. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 1-2 to Matsumoto. The reason we're not going to do that Golden Eagle game is they're talking about weather being a problem in the area. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Matsumoto waiting here on the offering from Sakamoto, who's on in relief. Slow breaking ball misses down, and the count goes to 2-2. Influence says, thanks for having him in the stream. Well, it's always a pleasure to have you here. If I'm mistaken, our friend Influence is down in Australia, if I remember correctly. 2-2 on the way. Fastball swung on it is popped up into shallow center field. Moving over underneath it and making the catch is the center fielder Fujiwara. That's going to retire Matsumoto for the second out of the inning. Influence says, work's been busy, hasn't been able to join for the past few days. Yeah, we're going to try to do as many games as we possibly can. The season is coming to an end. We'll be on every day except for the Saturday games in Japan. That's Friday night, North American time. We can't do those games this week. Got some commitments on the Saturday. There's a fastball that swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Narama. Daiki Narama making his first appearance here today at bat as he is hitting in the spot of Ryota Yachi. Got himself a bit of a tribute from the manager Shinjo as he had played 5 different positions. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0 balls and 2 strikes. Oh, yeah, our friend Influence is down in Florida, California. Couldn't remember. There was somebody that was listening in from Australia recently. So we are going to try to call. I was looking at it all the way to the Japan final. There's a fastball swung on and missed. As Narama goes down on strikes, Sakamoto comes in and retires the side. 1-2-3 here in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board. Moving to the top half of the 8th inning, your score 4-1 for the Marines, and you can anticipate the Fighters are going to be bringing in a pitching change. I'll be back and give you my thoughts here as just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for being with us. Hang tight. Glad you're with us.
Steve here from outside his refrigerator that a lot of you like so much. So let's go inside. There's my hot sauces and other stuff. Let's see what we can do here for Freddie. Awesome game, Freddie. Keep up the good work. We love the baseball. So why don't we rip open Garbage Pail Kids just for you and the listeners. Large Marge, she belongs in the fridge. Liberty Libby, well, she belongs down here on the beer. Apple Corey, hey, he's pretty cool. Put him on that beer up here. And Target Margaret. All Series 3 Chrome Garbage Pail Kids. Freddie, back to you in the game, and everybody else, please enjoy everything he does. and tip him nicely.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. In turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We are anticipating a pitching change here as the Fighters will be going to the bullpen yet again, or I should say the Marines will be going to the bullpen again here, as we are just waiting on some confirmation here, as it is going to be a right-hander on in relief. And it looks like it is going to be, I'll check that. It's a left-hander. It is for the Fighters who is coming in. This is going to be Kono. So yet another left-hander used by the Fighters in this one. Kono working his 46th appearance of the year. He's 1-4, 37 in the third innings, 25 hits allowed. He's walked 8 and struck out 31, and he's got an ERA of 1.93. So Ryusuke Kono on in relief, and he's going to be facing Gregory Polanco, Shogo Nakamura, and Kenta Chitani. Pitcher number 4 here used by the Fighters in this one. So Kano ready to deliver as he kicks and fires. It is a fastball swung on and tap foul over on the third base side. So no balls and 1 strike. They say Kawano is how you say it. As the lefty ready to go again, he kicks, has a double pump, and then he fires a fastball that gets away from the catcher all the way to the backstop, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Polanco here on the batting on the left side, 0 for 3 tonight, grounded out all 3 times against the different Fighters pitchers. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats down the third base line. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Polanco. Started to say in the last half inning, going to try to do, the way I calculated out, probably about 28 more games with all the playoffs if it goes in. Depending if it goes more than 4 games in the Japan series, probably do a couple more. Here's the 1-2 pitch. As the lefty delivers, it is a breaking ball that is down, but they say that Polanco went for it. He's going to go in the books as a strikeout. He's gone for the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Shogo Nakamura. You get a look at the replay there, and yeah, Polanco just couldn't hold up, and he knew it. And he just started making his way back to the dugout, made the call a whole lot easier. So if we could get ourselves another 28 ball games between now and the end of the year, I'd be pretty happy with that. Breaking ball misses up, and the count goes to 1-0. Nakamura tonight has really struggled. 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a line out to the second baseman. As the lefty rocks into the windup and kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's lifted into deep right field. Moving back at the edge of the warning track is Manami. He's there. He makes the catch. Nakamura's in the books for out number 2. He's going to leave it all up to the shortstop, Kenta Chitani. Well, for Chitani, he has reached 3 different ways. He's had a single, a walk, and he's been hit by a pitch. He's also scored a run in this one. So Chitani waiting here on the first offering from the lefty Guano, who delivers a fastball ticket for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Lefty ready to go back to work. He works into the windup, but he kicks and delivers. Fastball missing upstairs, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Kenta Chitani. Lefty Guano rocking into the windup, and he kicks and delivers. There's a slow breaking ball that misses up and away. Last pitch came in at 58 miles an hour. 2 balls and 1 strike to Chitani. No, Chitani's been on base all 3 times, and he's hot, but he's not that hot, that's for sure. As the lefty rocks into the windup and delivers. Fastball that packs him off the plate. Almost hit him again in the same spot he got hit the last time. Right on the top of the right toe. So 3 balls and 1 strike. That's where it always gets harder for the pitchers here sometimes. Now Kawano rocking into the windup. Here comes the pitch as he kicks and delivers. Fastball that misses down, and then it's going to be ball 4. The 4th time tonight that Chitani has reached base. And they can't put away here with 2 gone in the 8th inning. They've got to go take on another hitter. It's always the problem. They get the first 2 outs sometimes, these teams, and then they can't get the 3rd one to be retired. That has happened in this ball game here. Chiba's had that 3 times they've done that to themselves. So here's Toshiya Sato to the plate. Sato tonight is officially 1 for 2. He's also been hit by a pitch and scored a run. As the first pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball that misses down and away. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. When this one is over, we'll give you a full recap of all the games around the NPB. And as well as the rundown in this one. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Waggling the bat here is the left-handed hitting Sato, waiting on the offering from the lefty Kawano. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded to the right side, and it's down the line into the corner. Fielding it is Manami, racing all the way around to third is Chitani. But that is going to hold the runner to a single. Ball looked like it should have been maybe a double, but Sato's going to get himself a single. It moves Chitani all the way to third. So not necessarily the best base running or the best base runner in Sato. So that brings up the catcher Tetsuhiro Tamura, who's 0 for 3 tonight in this one. He has flown to right, flown to center, and lined out to the second baseman. So runners at the corners, Chitani at third. Runner at first is Sato. 2 gone here in the 8th. As now they're concerned about a couple of things as the catcher Shimizu stands up and looks to the dugout. Our friend Influence says, "Come on, fighters." Well, certainly if the fighters were able to get a victory, it would surely throw a wrench into Chiba's plans. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. Camping out underneath it is Manami. He's there. He makes the catch, and that is going to do it. As this inning is going to be over. There was no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors, and 2 left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. Your score is the Marines 4 and the Fighters 1. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit with all the action. Appreciate you guys for being with us.
Thank you, Freddie. Appreciate your support and everybody out there. Steve again here, obviously, with the Milwaukee Brewers. Of course, we have Bernie Brewer on my favorite beverage of choice right there, along with a card of Bernie. Yay! Now, we got some special guests here. I'm not just talking about our Hall of Fame lineup. I must be in the front row. Hey, come on there, Robin. I got 3,000 hits. What do you have? Well, I was the all-time saves leader, and I got 1.5 feet on you. Okay, Raleigh, settle down, buddy. Now, none of this could be possible without Harvey's Wallbangers. There's Harvey. And who could forget the Fonz. Hey.
Welcome back, everybody, and our friend Rhodes Scholar in the house tonight. We appreciate you for jumping in, and thanks for listening in. We were talking a little bit earlier in the stream, and we were commenting yesterday about the number of players out of the Marines lineup, not even on the game sheet. And we had found out yesterday that it is a number of players are being held out because they've tested with a fever. Question is it COVID or is it not? That is running rampant through the team. But that is definitely hurt themselves here as it's been going on for the last couple of weeks. Well, the Marines are now going to the bullpen as they are calling on a right-hander. This is going to be number 66. This is Kazuki Sawada, as he is going to be making his relief appearance here. So Sawada on in relief. On the season for Sawada, he is making his 14th appearance. He's got a couple of wins and no losses. 12 and 2/3 innings. He's allowed 8 hits. He's walked 2, struck out 12, and he's got a sparkling 0.71 ERA. And the first pitch on the way, it is a fastball that misses outside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. This is Ryusei Hosokawa at the plate. 0 for 2 tonight. He has struck out and flown to center. As Sawada kicks and delivers a fastball taken for a called strike. Count goes to 1-1. Sawada looks like he may have lost a few pounds as he has been playing here in the season. There's a pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is here to the Fighters infielder. I say that because I believe he's at second base now with Arama at short. Fastball that is missed up and in, and the count goes to 3-1. He did start the ball game at shortstop. So 3 balls and 1 strike. As the right-hander ready to deliver again. He kicks and fires. Fastball taken for a called strike. Count now goes to 3-2 to Hosokawa. Our friend Rhodes Scholar says that's a scary-looking fridge. Indeed it is. There's a fastball that just misses inside. That's going to be ball 4. Hosokawa aboard with a leadoff walk here in the 8th inning. That is going to bring up the catcher, Yushi Shimizu. Well, for Steve Rademacher, he's got pretty much an easy piece in his fridge. He's got hot sauce and beer. That's about it. Can't think of anything else that you need other than that. While Shimizu comes to the plate tonight, he's 1 for 2. He's got a single and 2 trips. He's also struck out. Right-hander against the right-hander. Sawada ready to deliver. Here comes the pitch. Fastball that misses outside. The count is quickly 1-0. Chusei Manami waiting his turn on deck. You certainly don't want to put another duck on the pond as the tying run is on deck right now. That gets the visit from the catcher of the Marines as Tamura has gone out to have a word with his right-hander. So 1 ball and no strikes. As Sawada works himself to the belt. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and fouled away. Count now runs even to 1-1 on Shimizu. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Reminder, tomorrow will be the same 2 teams again. Same place, same channel. Certainly the Marines, if they're able to hang on and win this one, it's just going to be all the bigger jam all the way around the NPB. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep center field. But with room and space is Fujiwara. He makes the catch. Retreating back to you first is Hosokawa. And that is going to put 1 in the books. It'll bring up the top of the order in Chusei Manami. From our perspective, I think I'm going to have to do a 8th inning stretch here, or maybe a 9th inning stretch. Get the cobwebs out, as this game here has had a pretty good pace to it tonight. But as we are moving along here, we are starting to feel it at 4:24 a.m. Pacific, 7:24 a.m. Eastern. No matter where you're at, we're glad you're with us. Here's the first offering to Minami. It's a breaking ball, a fastball that misses outside for ball one. So 1 ball and no strikes. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning here. The Marines have a 4-1 lead over the Fighters. As the right-hander works to the set, here comes the offering from Sawada. Breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-0. Yuki Nomura waits on deck here. Looking to get himself a good pitch to hit. Looking ahead to the top of the 9th inning for the Marines, it'll be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to come to bat in the batting order for them. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball missing down, and the count now goes to 3-0 on Minami. Got to throw strikes, got to keep the runners off base, especially if you are the Hokkaido Ball Club here. So here comes the 3-0 offering to Minami. And the pitch on the way. Fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Digging hard around second and heading to third is going to be Hosokawa. He's going to slide in safely. That's going to be a single here for Minami. It's going to be his second hit of the night. They've got now runners on the corners, and it's going to bring the left fielder Yuki Nomura to the plate. So he got the green light, 3-0 did Minami, and he feasted on that pitch. We'll get a replay of that one. It was a pretty good swing as he lined it the other way. Four-one scoreline here for the Marines. Runners at the corners. Fighters threatening here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Conference of Marines and the pitching coach has ended on the mound. Ready to resume the action. They are going to play the middles halfway, and they got the corners in on the grass. At least the third baseman is in on the grass. Oh, check that. He's moved back a little bit more. They're making a couple of changes here. Interesting. They may be looking for a double play here and trading the run for that out in that possibility. Keep our eyes on Minami over there at first base. Here comes the first pitch. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Nomura. Nomura has bounced into a fielder's choice, struck out, and flown to center in his 3 trips to the plate tonight. He is yet to reach base, other than on the fielder's choice. So here's the 0-1 offering. It's a breaking ball that misses down. A nice stop over there by the catcher, Tamura, as he was able to haul it down. 1 ball and 1 strike to Nomura. So 1 ball and 1 strike as the right-handed hitter waits on the offering here from the righty. As he kicks and delivers a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Waggling the bat, waiting here on the offering is the right-handed hitting Nomura. The pitch on the way. Breaking ball swung on, chopped over to the shortstop. The only play is going to be to first. They have to hurry. It's going to go down as a ground out, 6-3. Nomura's in the books for the second out of the inning. That's going to score Hosokawa with the second run of the ball game. That's going to cut the lead to 4-2. And Chusei Minami is safe at second there. That is going to bring up the It's going to bring up Taiga Hirasawa to the plate. We just get the look at that one there. It was a tough play as Chitani had to go to his right into the 6-hole to field it. Check that. It is going to bring Kentaro Kiyomiya to the plate. I made a wrong assessment here when I was putting the... There, it was actually Taiga Hirasawa. I put it on the wrong sheet. He had come in to replace Kakanaka over for the Chiba Lotte Marines. Just make the little note in our pad here. 1 ball and no strikes as it is to Kiyomiya. Kiyomiya is 0 for 3 tonight. He has grounded into a double play and flown to center twice. Pitch on the way is a breaking ball that just misses low, and the count now goes to 2-0. Well, 2 gone here. Runner at second. The tying run at the plate. Sawada's got to figure something out here. The worst thing that could happen is the Marines give up the lead, or at least let the game get tied. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. It looks like Masuda is going to get himself ready for the 9th inning as that breaking ball drops in for a called strike, and the count's 2-1. So opportunity here for the Fighters to try to get another one back. A lot easier to battle down in an inning from 1 than it is from 2. So here's the 2-1. It's a fastball that just misses inside. That's going to run the count now to 3-1. Oh boy, the umpire now showing up with a little bit of a tighter zone. When we started this game tonight, home plate umpire was a little bit on the wide side. So now 3 balls and 1 strike here to Kiyomiya. Sawada holds at the belt. Here comes the pitch. Kicks and delivers. Fastball taken right down the middle for a called strike. Count is now 3-2. Ariel Martinez waiting on deck. Certainly don't want to let this hitter reach, because Martinez could flip the scoreline over in the snap of a fingers. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Kiyomiya here as the right-hander Sawada delivers. Fastball misses down. Another walk here. That's going to put runners at first and second. Why does this just not look like it's a good situation for the Marines? It's going to bring up Ariel Martinez to the plate. It's also going to bring the captain, Shogo Nakamura, in to have a word with the right-handed reliever here, Sawada. That conference is over quickly. I don't like to predict home runs too often, but all that gets into the seats here would put the Fighters up by a run. 4-2 is the scoreline. Manami, the runner at second. Kiyomiya, the runner at first. Ariel Martinez stepping to the plate here. He is 1 for 3 in tonight's ball game. He's got a double. He's scored a run. He has struck out and flown to center. We thank everybody who's jumped in here tonight, whether you listen live or on delay. It's good to have you with us. So, runner at first. Oh, it looks like we got a pinch runner over at first base for Kiyomiya. The Fighters are going to their bench. Here's the first pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. It is Takuya Nakashima who is on to pinch run for Kiyomiya. As that breaking ball had dropped over for a called strike. So no balls and 1 strike to Martinez. Nami establishes his lead over at second. An extra base hit. Could score 2 runs here. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. Oh boy, did Martinez take a big time hack at that one. So no balls and 2 strikes. Tried to put the Fighters ahead by 1 with that 1 swing. 4-2 lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Fighters got runners at first and second with 2 gone. Hoping to try to cash another run in here to claw back even closer. And here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. Martinez goes in the books. He's gone for out number 3. And Sawada gets himself out of a jam that he puts himself into. 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 1 hit. There was no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. Moving to the top of the 9th inning, your score is the Chiba Lotte Marines 4 and the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action after this.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Quick glance at the out-of-town scoreboard before we introduce the new Fighters reliever in the ball game. It is a 1-0 scoreline in the top of the 9th inning for the Buffaloes over the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. That's not good for Fukuoka, as it is still a 1-1 ball game in the top of the 8th inning between the Eagles and the Lions. And this one here is 4-2. We do have a new third baseman, as we will check for that in just a moment. As we said, Kitaro Kiyomiya's day is over. And it looks like it is going to be the pinch runner who came in for him earlier that's going to stay in the ball game. That's Takuya Nakashima on in to play some third base. So Nakashima in defensively, and that is going to bring up, it'll be the 9-1 and 2 hitters to come to bat. So Kenya Suzuki is in the ball game. As the first pitch going to be delivered here by the sidearm right-hander is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Wada. Wada has tripled, he's singled, he's knocked in a couple of runs, and he's scored a couple of runs. So he's been a part of all the offense tonight for the Marines as that fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is now 0-2. For the right-hander, Suzuki, who's come in, as we said, he is working his 23rd appearance of the year. He's 6-4. As he rocks into the windup and he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul behind home plate. The count remains at 0-2. Suzuki had worked 62 innings this year, allowing 59 runs. He had walked 21 and struck out 22, and he's got himself an ERA of 2.76. Here's the 0-2. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Little forward looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th. The Fighters will send Kato Matsumoto and Narama to the plate. That'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in their order as the fastball swung on and driven foul down the line into the seats on the left field side. So still no balls and 2 strikes. Suzuki ready to go again. Rocking into the windup. Here comes the pitch. That ball's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to the right side of the infield, fielded by the first baseman Martinez, who's going to take it himself. It's going to be a ground out to 3 for the first out of the inning, and then I'll bring up the top of the order and Mike Brosu. Well, for Brosu tonight, he's got a single in 4 trips, but he's officially 1 for 3. He has lined out to the right fielder. He's lined out to the shortstop. A little bit of hard luck there. But he also has a sacrifice fly that has driven in a run. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1 to Brosu. Right-hander Suzuki ready to deliver again. There's I call it a fastball, but misses upstairs for a ball. The count is 1-1. This fastball is definitely not overpowering. There's the fastball out of the inning. So 2 gone, and that'll bring up the center fielder. It looks like it is going to be Fujiwara coming in, as he had taken over back in that last half inning defensively. And here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and in. And the count is quickly 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Batting .233 with 3 homers and 19 runs batted in. There's a changeup that is swung on and missed. The count goes even now at 1-1. This is his first at bat of the ball game, though. The right-hander Masuda warming up in the pen. Ready to come in here for the Marines. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Fastball swung on, and it's tapped foul over on the first base side. The count is now 1-2 to Fujiwara. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander rocks into delivery. Here's the pitch. Fastball up and in, and he fouls that one away just barely. Fujiwara, I think that might have been an opportunity to go and have a appeal on that one, as he checks his swing and hit it foul. If he doesn't check his swing and hit that one foul, I think you're probably going to go to the third base umpire on that more often than not. Fastball misses upstairs. The count now goes to 2-2. I say fastball with it, my tongue firmly put in cheek here, as the right-hander rocks into the motion and delivers. Fastball misses down. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I don't know if I've seen a pitch go north of 130 kilometers, which means he's probably been at about 81 or 82 miles an hour. Now he's taken something off of that breaking ball, and Fujiwara swings right through it. He's gone for out number 3, and that's going to do it here for Chiba in their half of the 9th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're coming back for the bottom of the 9th in just a few. Appreciate you guys for being here, and it's going to be Masuda time, as he's going to have to come on in and try to close this one out. Appreciate you guys for being with us. Hang tight. We'll be right back in just a bit.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you, Steve. We do have a pitching change, and we'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action. Hang tight, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Steve Rademacher coming back at you again. And during this pitching change, for a change of pace, Let's open some baseball cards. We'll get through these quickly. 2023 Topps Big League. We have rookie card of Tyler Freeman to go along with a Matt Chapman. And why not a Jake Cronenworth? Shoot 'em, Jake! We do have a rookie card of Brett Beatty. That's pretty cool. To go along with the uncommon Carlos Correa. Pretty common to me, but what do I know? Trey Mancini to go along with a rookie of Kodai Senga. Freddie, tell them about Kodai. And one of my favorites, Devin Williams of my Milwaukee Brewers. All right, looks like the pitcher's coming in. Freddie, you can take over now.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Naoya Masuda coming into the ball game here. He is going to be taking over to try to close this one out. The Chiba right-handed closer is making his 55th appearance of the year. He's got a couple of wins and 5 losses. He has 35 saves to his name. He's worked 50 innings. He has allowed 46 hits. He has walked 12 and struck out 48, and he's got an ERA of 3.78. So it'll be Gasuki Kato, Go Matsumoto, and Daiki Narama to come to bat here to face him in the 9th inning. So for Kato tonight, 0 for 3. He has flown out to each of the outfielders, flown to left, flown to right, and flown to center in his 3 trips to the plate. As we are ready to resume the action here. We got Louis in the house here. As the pitch is a fastball that just misses up and away, and the count is quickly 1-0 to Kato. But we appreciate you for being in. As we are in the bottom of the 9th inning, a 4-2 ball game. So the right-hander ready to go again. As Louis says, he missed the call today because of work. Sometimes work gets in the way for a lot of things, the nerve of that stuff. Fastball swung on, and that is going to be lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats, and the count goes to 1-1. Well, you get an opportunity again tomorrow night, at least our time at night, your time of the day, as we will call these same 2 teams again. Just as a reminder, after this game is finished, we'll give you the full roundup, the recap of this one, and the out-of-town scoreboard before we knock it down. So here comes the 1-1 pitch as the right-hander holds to the belt. And now Masuda kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. That ball was hit hard. Reaches the seats down the left field line, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kato. It is crunch time here as they are in the bottom of the 9th inning. Fighter is going to try to get themselves another couple of runs to extend this one. Be a tough one here for them. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. As the right-hander kicks and delivers a fastball, take it for a called 3rd strike. Oh, and what a pitch there by Masuda. Backdoor run on it, caught the inside corner. Kato looked like he thought it was going to be coming inside. The next thing you know, it darted back across the plate. He's gone for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Go Matsumoto. Well, for Matsumoto, officially 1 for 3 of this one tonight. He's got a single, and he's grounded out to short and flown out to center. So the pitcher, Masuda, trying to close this one out and keep the Marines alive in the races. The Hawks are losing. Last time we looked in, there's a fastball ticket for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1, so it'll tighten things up. Across the board in the NPB, obviously, the outcomes of the other games will be interesting. And oh boy, the Eagles are now down 2-1 in the bottom of the 8th to the Lions. That is going to help the Marines. Marines win here tonight. Eagles lose. They're going to leapfrog the Tohoku Ball Club. There's a fastball ticket for a called strike. It's now no balls and 2 strikes to Matsumoto. And of course, with the Fukuoka Ball Club losing 1-0 to the, or actually lost 1-0, that is a final to the Buffaloes. Marines are got a potential to leapfrog one team and find themselves back in 3rd here tonight. Here's the 0-2 pitch. As Masuda kicks and delivers. Breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Matsumoto. Daiki Narama waits his turn on deck. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as the right-hander holds to the set position. Masuda ready to go to deliver and to work. He kicks and he fires. Fastball as he tried to sneak that one by Matsumoto upstairs, but he's able to foul it off, and the count goes to 1-2, or stays at 1-2. Have to say this, Masuda does not work very quickly. He is not the most enjoyable pitcher or reliever, much like Yuki Matsui for the Golden Eagles. Also very slow and deliberate in his routine. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as Masuda holds to the set. And now he kicks and he fires. Fastball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 2-2. Of course, Masuda kind of kicked out of the closer's role last year when they had Roberto Osuna. They didn't re-sign Osuna as he ended up with the Fukuoka Ball Club. But he has the closer's role on his mantle here again in this series this year. So here's the 2-2. Masuda kicks and delivers. Fastball, take it for a called third strike. Oh, Matsumoto stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched it go by for out number 2. That's going to leave it all up to Daiki Nomura. Or Narama, I should say, in this one. 2 gone here. They are down to their final out now are the fighters. They need a base runner. Whatever they can do here, as it is Hosokawa who waits his turn on deck. We'll check this to make sure that that is exactly who is hitting here. It's going to be number 30. So we may have ourselves a pinch hitter here. It is going to be Yuya Gunji on the pinch hit. So Gunji going to be pinch hitting for Narama. And the first pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. So Yuya Gunji on here. To pinch hit for the fighters. So no balls and 1 strike. Masuda holds to the belt. And now he steps off and he's swatting at a bug that's around him. Saw this the other night in Tohoku. There was a rather large bug that was distracting the hitters around home plate. Tonight, that bug is in Hokkaido, and it's bugging the pitcher. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. As he kicks and fires, it's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. We talked about it earlier. There was a bunch more people in our stream tonight at this point. Marines are in the midst of a 7-game losing streak, but the fact of the matter is they've had a number of players, regulars, not in their lineup. Couldn't figure out why, but a number of players have had a fever. They've kept them out because of COVID precautions. That's why they are not in the lineup. So here comes the 1-1 pitch as the right-hander Masuda ready to deliver. And the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count goes to 2-1. So if you're placing your bets, you got to take that into consideration. For those of you who are the gambling variety, when you think of the regulars not in the lineup, Hisanori Yasuda, Yudai Fujioka, we said Seiya Inoue, all 3 of those infielders not in the lineup. Romi Oka, outfielder, as well as Takashi Ojino, all guys who get some regular playing time. Fastball swung on and lifted foul into the seats on the first base side. The count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yuya Gunji. So when that happens, it really weakens your side. I wonder what the Japanese wins above replacement would be for some of those players that had to leave. 4-2 the score line. They are down to their final striker, the Fighters. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Gunji. There is nobody on. They got to try to keep the runners off the base paths as well. They don't want to bring the tying run to the plate. Here comes the pitch. Masuda kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and hit foul down the right field line. Gunji hanging in here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, tomorrow night, same deal. We'll call these same 2 teams as we said. So hopefully you guys can make it in with us. And we'll make some determinations what we're going to do the next night. I think the Golden Eagles are playing at home 2 nights from now, and that may be the one on the docket. We're not going to touch that one tomorrow because, as we said, rain is in the forecast early. So that could lead for a long game if they have to have a couple of delays. So we'll stay with the friendly confines of the dome in Hokkaido. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. As the right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to do it as Masuda has come in and struck out the side here in the 9th inning. Fighters go in order 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left aboard. Your final score is the Chiba Lotte Marines 4 and the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters 2. Well, keep an eye. We'll come back here and we'll give you a little bonus coverage as we're going to try to bounce over and pick up the remaining action in that game between the Eagles and the Lions. 2-1 in the top of the 9th last time we looked in. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. We'll cue that up for some bonus action here before we sign off tonight. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to give you a live look in here of the game between the Lions and the Golden Eagles. It is in the 9th inning. And we're trying to pick it up. We'll get you the hitters here. It looks like it is Ryosuke Tatsumi at the plate. He's batting at .267 on the year with 8 homers and 38 runs batted in. They do have a runner at first. There is nobody out here in the top of the 9th inning. So they are trailing the Lions 2-1. If they lose this game, then what's going to end up happening is that will obviously create a problem. They will fall out of the playoff spot as the Marines will jump up a half game ahead. Fastball swung on by Tatsumi. It reaches the seats down the left field line, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. I'm not sure who the runner at first is. It is Brooks Kriske, the American on the hill here for the Lions. It's not Kriske. He's got a kind of awkward delivery. Check that. There's runners at first and second right now here. I thought there was just a runner at first. The pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Interesting. Tatsumi, when we've seen him over the last couple of weeks, can't get the job done bunting, and they had no reason or no want for him to do it here. So runners at first and second, nobody out here, no balls and 2 strikes to Tatsumi. It is Genji who is on deck. There's a fastball that misses down. Nice job by the hitter to hold off of that one. Count goes to 1-2. Crowd for the Golden Eagles. Big, healthy crowd here for this one for them. They've got quite the travel to get here for this game. Surprisingly, the Lions have a pretty decent solid crowd here tonight too. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Nice stop there by the catcher, but that is going to put Tatsumi in the books. He's going to be gone for out number 1. That is going to bring up Gunji. As he's going to be pinch hitting here for the catcher, Oda. And it'll be the top of the order, Hirota Kobakata, to bat next, as he is waiting on deck. 167 batting average for Genji. No homers and 1 RBI on the year. As we are looking at the other scores from around the NPB, as the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the first base side. As we said, 1-0 final. The Buffaloes beat the Hawks. Of course, the game we called tonight, 4-2 for the Marines over the Fighters. The games that really don't mean anything were in the Pacific League tonight. 7-2 Dragons over the Tigers. 11-3 Swallows over the Bay Stars. That's the only game that really had any importance. Fastball misses outside. The count goes to 1-1 on Genji. 11-3, as I said, for the Swallows, but Bay Stars, by winning last night, may have distanced themselves enough to keep the Murray Giants at bay. Fastball swung on, lifted into shallow left field. Coming in and making the catch for the Lions is the left fielder, and that was Junichiro Kishi, who made that grab. So 2 in the books here, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Hirota Kobakata. As Kobakata strides to the plate, ready to face the pitcher Krisky here, trying to close out the deal. Runners at first and second, 2 gone. Lions looking to play spoiler here to the Golden Eagles. Technically, the Lions are still in the race, but they're pretty much on life support. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. Count is quickly 1-0 to Hirota Kobakata. Basically, for them to catch anybody in the playoffs, they've got to run the table, and then they've got to hope for somebody like the Marines to stumble. But the problem is, it's not just the Marines, it's the Golden Eagles. There's a breaking ball waved at and missed by Kobakata. The count goes to 1-1. Doing a little bit of channel surfing here. Our friend Chicho Vlog says, let's get this money, Eagles. 1 ball and 1 strike. Krisky works to the belt. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball down. It's now 2-1. As we said, we're giving you the live look in here of the game between the Golden Eagles and the Saitama Cebu Lions. Little bonus coverage here tonight. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball misses upstairs. The count now goes to 3-1. They appealed down to third, but they said that Kobakata didn't go. Waiting on deck is the shortstop, Murray Biashi. So it's not going to get any easier. Here comes the 3-1 as the right-hander ready to go back to work. And that is a breaking ball that misses way outside. It's going to be ball 4. That's going to load the bases. It's going to bring up the shortstop, Murray Biashi, as Krisky's got himself in a whole host of trouble. Bases full of Golden Eagles. It's also going to bring the entire defense in to give him a little pat on the back. Sato at third, the shortstop Genda, as they leave the mound here. Not really sure of the whole defense. It looks like Tonosaki is at second, and the first baseman is McKinnon. So bases full of Golden Eagles, 2 gone here in the top of the 9th inning. And Brooks Krisky working again here. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball drops in for a called strike. Count is 0-1 to Murray Biashi. Maripiashi batting .259 on the season with a couple of home runs. He doesn't need a bomb here. He needs a base hit to score a couple. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, lifted foul into the seats down the right field line. And now Kriski's way up at 0-2. Pretty healthy crowd, as we saw some games before in Saitama a couple of weeks ago. This is significantly different. They have 24,873 tonight. It's not a sellout. But last week we were seeing 14,000, 15,000 type of fans at the games. So here comes the 0-2 pitch as the right-hander kicks and fires. Fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-2. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new here, because we'll be back on again tomorrow night, and hopefully you can join us. It'll be the Marines and the Fighters again. Breaking ball swung on, popped up into the infield here. Camping out underneath it is Sosuke Genda. He makes the catch. Kriski's going to be able to get himself out of the jam. The Eagles are going to lament an opportunity. They are going to fall out of the playoff positioning as the team ahead of them, the Hawks, lost, but the team behind them, the Marines, won. They are going to leapfrog them into third. Your final score, Lions 2 and Eagles 1. Hang tight, everybody. We'll come back and we'll wrap everything up with you by giving you the roundup. Hang tight. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. Appreciate you for being here.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But you know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life, and as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team, but I don't let it get me down, 'cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game, and if it remains the same, remember, that's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know that's life. You know it. One love and peace.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to give the roundup from the game that we called tonight between the Chiba Lotte Marines and the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters. It was the Fighters who opened up the scoring in the bottom half of the second inning. Ariel Martinez led off with a double, and with 2 out, it was Ryota Yachi who stepped up and singled home Martinez, made the scoreline 1-0. And that's how it stood for most of that's where all the Fighters scoring was until later in the ball game. But the Chiba Lotte Marines did all the scoring next. With 1 out, it was a triple by Kashiro Wada in the third inning. And then Mike Brosu sacrificed him home with the first run for the Marines, and that evened the scoreline at 1-1. In the fifth inning, it was all Chiba again. They scored 3 times, a walk to Chitani. Then Sato was hit by a pitch, and after Tamura flew out to center, up stepped Kashiro Wada, and he singled home 2 runs as both Chitani and Sato were able to come around and score. So that increased the scoreline now to 3-1. After a lineout by Mike Brosu, it was an RBI single by Shingo Ishikawa that brought home Kashiro Wada, and that increased the scoreline to 4-1 for Chiba. While the Fighters got one back in the 8th inning, a leadoff walk to Hasakawa. After Shimizu flew out to center, it was a single by Manami, a ground out by Nomura, and a walk to Kiyomiya that ended up loading the bases. Eventually, Hosokawa was able to come around and score the run that would be the 4-2 run. Well, that is your final score again in that game as the Chiba Lotte Marines knocked off the Fighters 4-2. Quick look at the out-of-town scores, and we're going to sign off for the rest of the night. We got to get some Z's here today. 1-0 it was between the Buffaloes and the Hawks. That was at the Kyocera Dome in Osaka. 2-1 as we closed it out with the Lions and the Eagles. That is the Lions getting the victory at home. The games in the Central League, 7-2. The Dragons knocked off the Tigers. And the Swallows right now in the bottom of the ninth inning are leading Yokohama 11-3. That game is as good as being finished. All right, everybody. Well, we appreciate you once again. We'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow night with all the action between the Marines and the Fighters. Hopefully you guys can make us in, and then we'll make our announcements a little later tomorrow. We'll decide on who else we're going to call on the weekend. Remember, we won't be doing a Saturday game, as we're not going to be, all those games will go off at 2 a.m. Pacific, 5 a.m. Eastern. We just can't be able to make it in. Appreciate you guys for listening in. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow.